here I am, this badass bitch. That can be too much. When you too bad of a bitch, sometimes that scare a nigga. They like that doodle bitch to make them feel like Dundada.
So let's get straight into it. So today's topic is going to be about something I did some research on recently. Um, Make sure you guys are like, share, and subscribe as well. But it is called the Madonna horror complex. And some people might know about this, but I feel like in the Black community, it's not really discussed enough. You see people allude to it with certain memes and certain questions about certain things, but they don't really delve really deep into this subject. And it affects our community quite a bit. So let's get into it. So what is the Madonna horror complex? So it's a dichotomy that makes men believe that a woman is either extremely pure or untouched or inexperienced, so to speak, or she's a whore, which means she's enjoyed sex, she dresses sexy, or she can attract the attention of other men by how she dresses, and she's just a thought, slut, what have you. Also mistaken, for being super promiscuous. So what are the signs that a man might suffer from this type of mentality? So the number one sign I would say is that he is super obsessed and concerned with your body count. So typically speaking, I know y'all saw where it was put out there that Little Dirk, the rapper, chose India because, or whatever, she had a low body count, or he believes she has a low body count. That's a number one example of how the Madonna horror complex affects men. Number two, so they will enjoy a sexual experience with you, but don't be surprised if it comes up in an argument or they judge you later on for that same sexual experience. So they'll throw it back up in your face as though a means to say that, oh, you're a slut or you're a whore or you're not to be trusted or something like that. Number three is they'll tell you that you're not trustworthy, although you really haven't given them any reason to believe you aren't trustworthy or have done anything to them. You don't even have to do anything to them. They'll just automatically assume you're not trustworthy or you're bad. So typically speaking, I deal with this issue a lot because of my body type, my shape. It just simply, I don't know what it is. I mean, I guess to be a hippie, curvy woman or have a large backside and a small waist these days, as we all know, thanks to Miss Kim Kardashian, is like the trademark of a woman that is impure or a whore or a slut or what have you. So off the rip, I have guys that typically have that mindset and that view of me just because of that. So typically, let's get deeper into this. Let's talk about it, y'all. Let's talk about it. They get into relationships where they love, but they do not desire. And there is no attraction. So what that means is they like a woman that she doesn't wear makeup. She doesn't, dress up or get herself up nice and stuff. She keeps herself very simple, plain, Jane type of deal. And there's really no sexual pizzazz. You know what I'm saying? But then they find someone that they crave and they desire passionately, but they'll refuse to give that person love. You get what I'm saying? So they're kind of like stuck in this place in their mind, really, because they'll experience this sex that's off the fucking charts, this connection that's off the charts, but they'll shut the love part of themselves completely down. And sometimes they do feel feelings of attachment and emotion toward that woman that they do have that sexual chemistry and experience with, but they'll either keep the woman hidden or they'll keep it a secret. It's extremely private. And a lot of times they'll even badmouth this woman to other people so that it's not looked as though that they actually have feelings or attraction for said woman. So this is how a lot of times the main chick, side chick dynamic comes into play. I want to also add that these men are fucking miserable. They are extremely unhappy. Excuse my shirt. I think my son got something on it, but whatever. They are extremely miserable and unhappy. So typically they will walk around mad as hell at the world because no woman 100% fits either of these stereotypes. There's no woman that's 100% untouched and pure, and there's no woman that's not into sex and just totally, sexually turned off. The two mindsets just, they don't, the one mindset I should say don't make sense because the two stereotypes are ridiculous. So there are plenty of women who enjoy sex and are experienced, and they also are able to take care of children. They're able to take care of homes. They're able to run businesses, but they like kink. And a lot of men can't get beyond that women are able to be both. Women can come home, run a household, run a business, and still want to be kinky with you at the end of the day. There are women out here like that. Now, you do have, some women who are just like, oh, no, I'm not into that. I'm a total prude. I like vanilla sex only, and that's my thing. Cool, that's fine. But they're 9 times out of 10 going to be cheated on with this type of woman. So if you ever see why does he tell me not to dress this way? Why does he tell me I can't have this type of sex with him or we can't do this type of thing? Because he's putting you in one box. Simple as that. That's all it is. He's putting you in one box. This is what you are for, and you are not to deviate from that box. Same goes for the woman who, is super sexual. I love having sex and this is my thing. We're super kinky. We have the most amazing time together, but why does it stop there? Why can't we ever get to an emotional place? Because of him. His mindset is completely fucked. So, and this dynamic is very, very, very common. It's a very, very common dichotomy amongst men that is really, really affecting the Black community at large rates. So these men need therapy. What they are seeking in the Madonna is a maternal nurturing bond due to a wound that was created in them from either neglect or extreme entitlement from their mom. So they're either a mama's boy or their mother completely dropped the ball on them. So it's a mommy issue for sure. And it could be due to emotional abuse during childhood. It could be something as simple as not having enough hugs, enough nurturing, enough emotion, where typically that's the maternal bond that they're seeking with the woman who's the quote unquote Madonna. Their manhood, however, is what's craving the whore. So because you don't sexually have an attraction to your mother or a surrogate mother or a maternal figure, this is the part that speaks to the inner beast of a man. You feel me? Such as passion, creativity, desire, adrenaline, and complete satisfaction and bliss. Ironically, this is everything that happens after an orgasm with a man. All the feelings that they feel, are all those things essentially. So, like I said, that the whore speaks to the inner beast of their manhood. So what I would say is, as a woman, this is why it is important to be careful who you become sexual with very early, but also this ties into narcissism as well, because most narcissists suffer from Madonna whore complex or the Madonna whore dichotomy because of that narcissistic level of maturity that they have not breached yet. So because they are narcissistic, that means that their emotional immaturity level stops at a certain point. So it could be age 12, 13, 14, wherever their trauma occurred is where it stops. So that's what's creating for them the Madonna whore complex, is that level of narcissism that they aren't able to really get beyond. And narcissists, there's a theory that they cannot change, but narcissists can work very, very hard to heal emotional trauma from their childhood to become better people. But it does take them having to go to therapy, which most of them don't want to go to therapy because it means they have to admit that something is wrong with them. So that's the only thing I could do to advise women is, for real, is you're going to have to watch who you're sleeping with. Don't have sex too early. Because as women, we make that mistake sometimes where we're like, okay, cool, you know, I'm grown, you grown, well, you think he's grown. And you go to a place with him sexually that really the bottom line of this whole thing is that he can't handle it. And what happens is it creates for them, you know, this mind fuck, because it's like, she fucked the shit out of me, so she can't be my wife. Like, I cannot marry this woman. And a lot of times, like I said, they are so immature. They cannot even process that I fucked you like that because I like you. I didn't have to do that. That was something that I did because I like you. But I don't do that for every man. No, every man doesn't get that. And that's the part that their brain cannot click. Like, I had this situation happen to me, and it was crushing because it's like, damn, like, we have the best times together. It's super great vibes. The sex is off the charts, but when it comes to an emotional level, it's like problems, chaotic. It shuts down. And 9 times out of 10 is because they boxed you in, and now you are the whore. And you cannot be the Madonna. You cannot be both to them. And it's painful because you're like, well, damn, you know, this person will spread rumors about you. They'll tell their family bad shit about you, friends, bad stuff about you. And you'll be like, I've never done anything to this man. I've never given him a reason to think that I'm a slut or a whore or anything of that nature. So why, you know, it's just crazy. But make sure that you guys like, share, and subscribe to my page. Comment below and let me know what y'all think about this subject, because it's a real serious issue that I think that, you know, as Black people, we don't talk enough about. You know, we skate around the subject. And a lot of people might not know about it that's Black. So, you know, let's talk about it. Let's chat about it. I didn't even see a video on here where anyone Black, woman-wise, had really gone in depth about this. You know, they talked briefly about the subject, but I was looking and looking and looking. So I said, hey, that's the video that I'm gonna do today. So bye, y'all. Make sure that y'all are subscribed, like, share, and follow me on Instagram at Bree Goddess. So bye-bye.